At work, is it difficult for you to avoid adverse circumstances? Many people fear encountering difficulties, feeling that adversity is a great shock. Don't worry, at the end of the next 3 minutes, you are able to use my 3 simple steps. These will easily help you get through any difficulties in your life without time to start this present. Let's go. Do you remember hearing the last 3 obstacles from your close one recently? In fact, if there are no difficulties or adversities in the immediate future, it is usually difficult for us, the human, to grow up. It's called no pain, no gain. Uncertainties is also an experience. Have you noticed that? Many difficult situations are a challenge, a practice. Wouldn't it be amazing if you can face a difficult situation without panic, no blame, know how to use wisdom to solve it, and use a compassionate heart to face it? Then difficult situations are no longer a disadvantage. For example, we go on a road trip or we climb a mountain, step a little further, and soon your feet will feel painful. The body will also feel fatigued. Are you thinking that is a difficult situation? To be honest, this is just a process. Never experience things will not know the difficulties. Nothing is not difficult. Just watch immediate obstacles are not obstacles, considering the obstacle as a certain phenomenon occurring in the development process, then obstacle will no longer be solved. By knowing this information, when you are doing anything, it is necessary to think about both good and bad. So as you progress, you will feel free, and when you step back, you also feel free and equanimity. And I'm sure you felt it. Even with thoughtful planning, there are times when difficulties are piled up and insurmountable. At that time, our mind is inevitably insecure, bewildered, right? At such time, it is necessary to keep faith. Haha, I can almost hear your mind saying,
"The fucking guy sounds like a multi-level salesperson, huh?"
Truly, my point is about to have faith in other persons, such as your children, your mother, your family, or more broadly, your country, your society. See that all your work is and will be continued to benefit others, contributing to society. This is definitely a good thing and even look better than a million bucks. Because if your work is only come from personal belief for yourself, when difficulties, circumstances appear, you will completely fail, unable to stand up. Of course, people cannot be without self-interest, but allow yourself to be open just an image of thinking less about your own interests and more about others. Since you're still here, I'm going to assume when faced with a difficult situation, the first thing everyone does is getting mad with it. Now, I want your unconscious mind to listen very carefully. This difficulty is inherent in your expectation. Next time when you meet this situation, word by word you say, "I know early on there was going to be trouble. It's just I don't know what the problem is. I know early on there was going to be trouble. I just don't know what the problem is. I know early on there was going to be trouble. I just don't know what the problem is." Because this is important, I have to say 3 times, huh? Next, think about how to solve the immediate difficulties. First, of course, you need to use your intellect. If your capacity is not enough, now you need to find someone with expertise or someone smarter than you to help, or a few people to discuss, because one person's individual thoughts are difficult to fulfill. Soon you see the wisdom of 2 or 3 people or the wisdom of the cloud. Sometimes it's even better than ever instinct, and the problem will be easily solved. The truth of the matter is stay calm to face the problem, and at the same time, it needs to be skilled appropriately, which is the best way to solve the problem. One more proof? Here's the bottom line. A lot of people feel that in favorable circumstances will be very good, fantastic. The reality is, when people are in favorable circumstances, it is always inevitable to be smug, no longer alert to prevent failure. This is quite obvious. We need to prepare for bad things when still in a safe place. Always be humble, courteous, not arrogant, smug, self-righteous. Because the success and convenience of anything is not entirely dependent on oneself, but also about the heroic era, the context of the time, and the surrounding circumstances. Some people think that is due to their luck, their ability. That is not wrong. There is luck to meet good conditions. But luck is not always with us. Luck will leave us. The correct thing to do is, when you are lucky, you need to be careful. Like when you climb to the highest peaks, you should not be too complacent. If you are not careful, you will fall into the abyss. Reaching to the top of the mountain, it is necessary to know that the next step will be downhill. After going downhill, there will be another peak. Human life is like a steep and bumpy mountain. When in favorable circumstances, do not be arrogant, and when in difficult circumstances, do not be discouraged. We need to remember that anytime, anywhere, there is always the possibility of new things arising. Good is also accepted. Bad is also joyful smiling. Isn't that the way to freedom and enlightenment? Now, I'm confident that you are most able to use my 3 simple steps to overcome any difficulties in life. Unless you really know how to live mindfulness, click on the short video below where you can get the free guided meditation that I've made after years of teaching mindfulness, and I confidently guarantee that you will be completely satisfied.